I care about the Battlefield 5 franchise, and it sucks to watch this video because they're celebrating.
I care about the Battlefield 5 franchise? You mean the
Like
Battlefield
you're going
franchise?
To bat for EA? Yeah.
But he's acting like it's like the 5, it's its own franchise. Like,
what?
By the way, if you cared about a franchise, wouldn't you want it to be good?
They are celebrating the destruction and the lower sales of the battle.
Yes!
Okay.
Games that suck deserve to be spit on.
Yeah, the game went political and shat on a large portion of its audience and told people not to buy the game. And then when the numbers were lower than expected, everyone celebrated it because they're like, good, well, you got punished in the marketplace because we didn't like what you did.
Well,
like, what are we supposed to, like, is the government supposed to buy copies of the game, Joe, in order to prop it up so that your favorite, for like, what are we talking about? It failed in the market, bro.
Well, Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft fucking had to fire, I think, 1,500 people recently, right? And some people are like, Ubisoft sucks, but it sucks people are being fired. No, it's not. You, as a company, if you make shit games, you can't, like, the people who are, like, making this shit need to be fired. Sony's now yelling at fucking, what's it called, the Marathon, Bungie. And I feel like Bungie's going to be fucking closed down in a year or two. It's like, oh, but poor them, their jobs. This is corporate welfare at this point. It's what it is. Corporate welfare. It's like, oh yeah, look, we have to give them money because fuck off.
Battlefield 5 franchise due to those goddamn liberals and those goddamn social warriors putting women in Battlefield.
Social warriors.
Yeah. But you're allowed to advocate for your politics, but we're not allowed to advocate for ours. Just fuck off.
Yeah, I fucking hate Joe.
The reason why, to them, that Battlefield 5 is having lower pre-orders is because there are women on the box, there are women featured prominently in the trailers.
But listen, they could have put women in it and not talked down to the audience and told them not to buy it. Anytime someone tells you if you don't like it, don't watch it, or if you don't like it, unsubscribe, like, chances are they're going to, right? You shit on them and call them stupid or misogynistic or this or that. Like, people don't like that.
Exactly.
For women in multiplayer.
Given what we know about Joe's personal beliefs, it's unsurprising that he didn't agree with the complaints about the female character. In fact, he thought it was an incredibly silly thing for people to get mad about. This was an outrage to people who had followed Joe in their war against greedy video game corporations for years. They thought EA was the epitome of what he stood against, and it was unthinkable to them that Angry Joe would
the epitome, you've heard that word, right?
Sing the praises of one of their titles like this. Some even accused him of becoming a paid shill. One of the people who got mad at Joe was The Quartering, a conservative YouTube controversy and of deleting negative comments. Joe then uploaded a response to The Quartering's video denying the allegation of comment deletion and showcasing all the vitriol that had still been there.
Hours?
Can we not, like, how can we ever escape Jer? Like, I thought this would be the one segment that surely would be 100% free of Jer.
Wait, what? Jer's involved? I stopped paying attention. What happened?
Yeah, no, Quartering is like felting Joe for
I
being
can't
woke.
do it.
In his eyes, this proved the idea that a lot of Battlefield 5 detractors had bigoted motivations.
Angry Joe.
Gamer from Mars was smart. He skimmed over the Jer section, knowing that he can't give the flowers to Jer or fucking he's gonna get raped in the comments.
I'll award it to him, but I'm sure he did it in such a way that was so retarded that Joe was able to wriggle out of being completely felted, is my guess.
You fucked up, you fat cuck. Bale made a cuck. God, you really are a cuck. You sell out with a fag. Angry cuck show.
Yeah, she read that word.
Whoa.
Not my Joe. Well, he's a dirty fucking Mexican.
Yo, what the fuck?
Like,
Jesus.
Sell out. Pissed off Pedro.
It should be noted that when Battlefield 5 finally launched, Vargas was much more critical of it.
Reading that out. You didn't have to do that humiliation ritual to yourself. You see they're being mean on the internet.
Your Jared's live in 2
people anonymous
hours.
on a keyboard are being racist. Ah.
Hey, Jared's
Okay,
live
Joe.
in 2 hours. Do we stream tonight?
I know. Do we make it? I don't think
I'm
we'll
actually.
make it.
I
I
can't
think
even
we're
do
out
this
of here
last
in 10
minute.
minutes. Yeah.
At this point, the situation had grown beyond that, as it launched a long-standing beef between Angry Joe and the quartering. The two got into several heated arguments on Twitter over the years.
I'm going to be real. I'm on Joe's side on this.
September of 2020 about football players showing support for Black Lives Matter. A similar incident to the Battlefield 5 saga happened with the release of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. You don't need me to tell you about the controversy surrounding this movie, since the effects of it are still being felt to this very day. Nobody was able to have a neutral opinion. It was either the single greatest or single worst thing to ever happen to Star Wars.
The case. I mean, it was definitively the worst thing to ever happen to Star Wars, but there were people who would like fence sit it and say it was mid or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know, but it was a very polarizing movie. And basically the only people who did support The Last Jedi did so exclusively for political reasons, and that they loved the subversion of an iconic franchise and the desecration and destruction of Luke Skywalker. Like that's what it was.
Was largely positive on it, which in and of itself courted some controversy. But even though he liked the movie, he still posted a video with his friends titled, Top 10 Reasons Why The Last Jedi Made Me Angry. The image of the thumbnail spread briefly as a meme on Twitter, leading to Joe inadvertently becoming one of the faces of the anti-Last Jedi crowd online. Many people who didn't watch his video just assumed he flat out hated the film. That group was sorely disappointed a few days later when Vargas posted another vlog titled, Top 10 Things I Got Wrong About The Last Jedi, going over the way he had...
I'll be like, I saw Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker one time each.
Never watched.
And that was enough. And that was enough times, you know.
Are you watching
Rise
the
of
Mandalorian
Skywalker,
movie?
No, I'm not. And to be honest, like Rise of Skywalker was like the last Indiana Jones movie where I went to it out of complete obligation, to where it's like I have to finish it, but it was a blasphemy and I should have just not, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
Had accidentally misrepresented the film in his previous upload. This infuriated onlookers who believed Joe was backpedaling his opinion. Others once again accused him of selling out when they discovered his network, Maker Studios, was owned by Disney. To be honest though, none of those incidents are all that bad. Sure, they may have harmed Joe's credibility in the eyes of some people, but there's really no evidence to suggest he was actually
the worst experience I've ever had at a movie. Was seeing Phoebe Waller-Bridge knock Indiana Jones out cold.
To be fair, he is old.
If someone wanted to attempt that, they would need some stronger ammunition. This brings us to June 20th, 2020, when a Twitter user named Ashley came forward with a story from April of 2018. According to her, she had met Joe during a party at the PAX East gaming convention, and the two had followed each other on Twitter. After she got back to her Airbnb, she messaged him and offered to go to his panel the next day, to which he replied, Def, see you at the panel, which I haven't prepared for at all and will most likely be a complete disaster. LOL.
Maybe come by and suck my balls? Oh, sorry. Cheer me up.
But maybe you can cheer me up after it sucks balls. Ashley claims to have missed the flirty tones of this message, though I don't know how. The next day after the panel, Joe allegedly whisked her away from her friend before she...
Oh no, so he's flirting with her. She thinks it's like a friendly interaction? This is awkward. Oh no.
She had time to react and invited her to a dinner he had scheduled with his YouTube representatives. On the cab ride there, he briefly lost his phone and asked to use Ashley's to call it, eventually discovering it was in his pocket all along. In hindsight, Ashley suspected this was a ploy to get her phone number.
Joe's game, Joe's Riz to get the phone number.
Before heading to the restaurant, the two...
That's actually a pretty good idea.
I love, though, this for Joe. I just love this for Joe. You know, this is what he deserves, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Because I just on the face of this think that this is totally bullshit and that he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, of course. But I don't think he did.
Of course, you know, he would not grant that grace to anybody else that he disagreed with, especially politically, right?
Made a brief stop at Joe's hotel so he could take a shower. He allegedly asked her if she wanted to join him, but she refused, waiting in his room until he was finished. They then sat next to
hotel room, like, okay, you're right,
each other awkwardly at the foot of his bed for a few minutes until their table was ready, during which time he reportedly took a selfie with her for some reason. Once at the dinner, Ashley claims Joe introduced her to everyone as his girl and didn't let her use.
Okay, now it's getting weird.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, what the fuck is wrong with you? Does this the guy not know how to read, what the fuck?
Her phone at all to contact her friend or her boyfriend. Afterward, she was whisked away to yet another party at a bar.
Male feminist behavior. Is it? Yeah.
Where her phone was taken away for several hours. By the time she had finally got it back, Joe had gotten drunk and began angrily asking her who she was trying to contact.
Who are you texting, you fucking bitch?
Suspecting it was her boyfriend, he allegedly lashed out at Ashley, accusing her of using him for clout.
Well...
After the fact, Ashley had tweeted about the situation without naming names and had contacted Joe's management company, who claimed that it would be taken care of. When the woman saw nothing...
The fuck?
Okay, so, by the way, like, so what? So
this is fucking crazy, man.
Nothing coming up.
Boys, be careful out there. Jesus Christ.
I just, you know what? Like, even if everything she said was true, yeah, he is being creepy or it's an unpleasant experience, but it's like, I'm sorry, like, you're trying to get this guy fired and contact and like destroy the guy's entire reputation forever because, I don't know.
Which in hindsight, what the hell did she expect would be done? She finally decided to take matters into her own hands and publicly warn people about Joe.
You get what you deserve, don't you, Joe?
Jesus Christ!
You get what you deserve, buddy.
Like, holy shit! He's alright. Like, this bitch. Like,
but it's not like Joe. He's not even being accused of rape, or did he even cop a feel or anything?
No.
Like, he just
I'm gonna be real.
Was creepy and weird. Like, it's not a crime to be creepy and weird.
But listen, man, he was taking his shot like a normal man would and should. He didn't rape her. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
This is the thing, though, is it gets painted in this, like, where it's like, was it like this? You know what I mean? Like, you're painting him in the worst possible light, and it's still not even that big of a deal.
Oh, wait,
even
she
if
had
it
a
was
boyfriend? Did she have a boyfriend?
So, did he know?
Did he know?
Maybe.
As far as evidence,
look, I hate Joe for all the things we've talked about, but like, this is bullshit. Of course,
concerned.
Maybe it'll be crazier. Maybe it'll get crazier. But
maybe
after seeing other women come forward about other streamers, so that's like the first sentence. So you're jumping on a trend at like the peak of Me Too. Okay.
Yeah, that's what this shit was.
Beyond.
Remember the whole Aziz Ansari where it's like the girl called it like rape or weird, but she sucked his dick twice on 2 separate dates?
Yeah. This is the thing is like, it started off that you would believe this stuff, right? Then you realized it's like, well, a lot of the time this shit's made up. It got to the point where I didn't believe any of it anymore and thought it was all bullshit. Then I start to be like, well, that's not fair because there are genuine victims and a lot of the time the shit is true, right? So now I try and like actually evaluate it on the basis of what's going on. But this one to me just smells like bullshit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this one's for sure is bullshit.
Screenshots of texts from Joe and from anonymous people from the event who agreed that she had been treated inappropriately.
What the fuck?
Whatever that means. When Ashley...
Thank you. Even Art's like, whatever that means.
Posted these allegations with Joe's name.
Allegations? Of him flirting?
Allegation? Like...
What's the allegation? He hit on you and you weren't interested.
Name attached, they quickly started making waves. You have to remember that the 2020 lockdowns were the absolute height of Me Too stories about YouTubers on Twitter, bringing even more attention to this tale than it otherwise may have gotten. Joe chimed in a couple of days.
My lawyers are now involved.
False accusations. I got her number. I asked her out. Okay.
Later, unequivocally denying the claims and stating that his lawyer would be getting involved.
There's allegations of getting drunk and being weird and calling her his girlfriend before they even had a legitimate conversation with each other. Yeah, there's a lot of red flags there. If that's 100% what went down, but there's no real proof that went down. And if it did, and it went down exactly how she said, which it never usually goes down exactly how these people said, especially when there's alcohol involved and celebrity around and an incentive to create an incendiary narrative. Do you know what I mean? Then, and it's like you couldn't even make up. Now, maybe because there is nothing crazy there, it really did all go down that way. Because if she was lying, wouldn't you say he grabbed a feel or he slapped my ass at least, if not outright he raped you? Do you know what I mean? So maybe there is some truth to it, but it's kind of like a he said, she said situation where the allegations are just that he's a creep and not that he really did anything like illegal or truly fucked.
Yeah, okay. And it goes back to your point where it's like, well, Joe, this is what you get for defending Anita Sarkeesian and the left.
But this is what I think. I don't even think he should have ever addressed this. I don't think I wouldn't have even dignified this, like this attempt to control the narrative.
It's slander.
Like,
it's just slander. You don't respond to slander. It's retarded. Stupid.
You know, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's a tough situation because until it happens
touch her
to
leg
you,
even? Like what happened?
What's he said here?
That he posted a twit longer giving his side. As he tells it, he had never suggested having sex, nor had he ever prevented her from contacting her friends.
I mean, if you read the DM that he sent, which is the hard evidence that we have, he's clearly suggesting it go in a sexual direction.
Yeah.
Clearly.
But flirting is legal. Like, if the girl doesn't respond...
but then this is like an overcorrection where it's like now you're saying you didn't even want to fuck her. You obviously wanted to fuck her.
Yeah, you're right. Now he's
you know what I mean?
Full,
and now,
that's
to me, it's bullshit.
He should have been like this. I thought she was attractive. I was trying to flirt with her. She didn't want to. I didn't do anything creepy besides trying to flirt with her. The end. That's it. That's
like literally DSP Historical Society, sure, for 1,000 kicks says, Chad, I love you, no homo, and he loves us, no homo.
I love you,
thank God you said no homo, buddy.
Thank you. And also about everyone for the big support today. And my one-eyed wonder weasel with a 410. What a fucking king. All you are king. Because for everything, for Claire, Order Father. I can say thank you here all day, but we're about to faint of tiredness. I am, at least.
Ashley had simply been an invited guest who hung out with him for a day, nothing more or less. While we don't know exactly how the situation transpired after Joe made the statements, Ashley deleted her blog post with her accusations.
Felt it.
And hasn't been active online for several years.
Good. Like, see, like, that's my point. It wasn't like, look, if he copped the feel when she was drunk, like, okay, this is crazy. But come on, men can't flirt without it being like, oh, he's creeping. You have to cancel him. Like, it's retarded.
Well, it's like, no, but you can say that the person's a creep, right? But like, it's this like attempt to like ruin the person completely. And everybody knows, like, when you come forward with these allegations against a public figure, like, people know what it is, right? It's an attempt to completely destroy them. And it's not, this is the thing, is it's become like the worst crime in the world to make a woman uncomfortable, you know? And obviously you don't want to make women uncomfortable and be creepy, but it shouldn't mean it's the end of somebody's life because they're a spurg or socially awkward in some way.
Exactly.
I don't think that that's crazy.
While the woman's story was bizarre as it frames some awkward flirting as a Me Too story.
Exactly. That's my point.
At the same time, Joe claiming that he didn't have a romantic interest in
And there you go, Ash. The overcorrection made it even weirder.
her is also laughable. Come on, man. You met a random girl at a convention, invited her to a restaurant with your YouTube reps to look like a big shot, and brought her back to your hotel room as you invited her to take a shower.
Yeah.
Let's not deny what was going on here. Like, you didn't do anything illegal, so why present it like you just wanted to be friends? That essentially brings us to modern day, as Joe has mostly stayed out of the public since then. He was tangentially involved in the Change the Channel controversy when practically every Channel Awesome creator made a mass exodus from the site. Unlike his peers though, Joe made very little noise about it, only posting a single tweet saying he had left the site for unspecified reasons. These days, the vast majority of the content on the Angry Joe Show channel are unscripted discussion videos, with proper angry reviews popping up once in a blue moon. Even then, many of the videos in this series have become off-the-cuff conversations.
Yeah.
This has undoubtedly alienated
it's
a lot.
It's also like Twitch clips. There's some that are
That's
like
the
all
biggest
Twitch clips.
problem. Yeah, it's all clips from his Twitch live stream. Like, it just feels so lazy and shit now.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It's been a long time since I go there now to get the review on a game. It really has been. It's been years.
I'll go there for nostalgia purposes for a second, but like, yeah, I agree. It's very, very few and far between.
Of his former fan base, but he makes enough money to sustain his lifestyle for the foreseeable future. Outside of YouTube, he also still spends a lot of time arguing on Twitter, but he mainly sticks to politics.
If this
and his
is the
hatred of
worst
Trump
like
administration.
dirt you can dig up on somebody that's been online for nearly 20 years, you know.
It's more just point and laugh.
It's not. Yeah, it is. It is.
Rather than video game discourse. In conclusion, I put Joe in an archetype I like to call the YouTube boomer. Now approaching middle age, he appears to have given up on trying to reinvent his content, instead sticking to providing easy-to-make videos to an aging millennial audience that watches as comfort food. Regardless of how you feel about his current content, it can't be understated how iconic he was during the early days of online video reviews. And the fact that he never really got into any major controversies in his 20-year career should be commended.
All right, fun video.
All right.
What a fun episode of Kino, guys. Thank you so much.
That's gonna end it for us here tonight, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Locals is gonna be on Thursday or Sunday. I can't.
No, buddy, you gotta do it. I'm doing the fucking Gumroad tomorrow.
I'm going to listen, guys.
Josh will felt me. He'll be like, "You had 6 hours sleep." He'll press me. He'll be like, "You had 4 hours sleep, bro. You're good." He does. He'll fucking press me like that. It's like,
listen, maybe we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'll message you all later. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Let's see you on the next one.
Bye.